Hey everyone, Shin Nefson here, welcoming you to the third week of the Let's Play Olympics 2. Now this week we had basically a choice of unlicensed games, and since I had no idea we actually had a choice on the matter, I never actually got around to, well, knowing there was a question in the forums. So I kind of got lumped together with the I Like Puzzle Games group, which is alright, because I like puzzle games. Although, in hindsight, having 52 games to pick from could have been pretty interesting, but alas, it wasn't meant to be. So here we are with Crazy Creatures for this week. Now, this here is about my third attempt at it, and I figured it wasn't going to get much better than this, and this was by far the best of the three. Like, the other two rounds was like 30,000 something. Well, let's just say I do a bit better than that here, but I pretty much felt like I was tapped out after spending an hour on the game. But let's get back to it. Crazy Creatures, the basic goal. Bunch of animals and things, and eventually mouths and blobs and things that I don't know what the hell they are. Basically, constantly get thrown onto the screen. It is my job. Name my destiny. To match these things up in groups of 3, or as large as I can make the groups. Later on, we'll need to make groups of 4, even 5. But as large as I can make the group, the more points I get. Now, once the things stop flying on the screen, I have until the timer runs out to clear as much of the screen as I can. We get a big fat bonus for clearing the screen completely, and of course, the first couple levels, it's far easier than the later ones. This is actually, of course, my third take, the only one where I didn't get the bonus on both of the first 2 stages. But, you know, what are you going to do? I still got a decent number of points, and this was still my best point total after 2 stages. So I decided to keep it. But it's a real simple game. Kind of, I mean, if you've ever played any kind of matching game, you know, whether it's Bejeweled or any number of zoo animal games for the DS. The premise is easy. Instead of switching things around, though, we get to basically move things however we want. I pick a guy, I get to move him around. The only caveat is I can't move through barriers, so if there's a wall in my way, I gotta move the cursor around, which seems kind of silly since I'm just an imaginary cursor picking things up, but what are you gonna do? Otherwise, the only other rule is I can't drop animals on top of other animals, which would have been nice, you know, if I had picked up a cat and dropped it on a dog. If it would drop the cat and I'd pick up the dog in its place, that would make the game far easier. But what are you going to do? We're stuck with what it gave us. And for being an unlicensed game from 1990, this is actually pretty fun. It really makes me remember the old days when you used to get you know, shareware games, you know, in like the 99-cent bins at stores. I'm so dating myself right now. You know, you get those shareware games of like Operation Overkill and Project Dagger / Wolfenstein, and it'd, you know, be real simple little computer games. And, you know, after you're done playing them, would be like, to get the full version, send $1.50 to, you know, John Anderson at this random address. You saw stuff like, well, like in the counterpart option for this competition, the 52 games to 1. You used to see that a lot in computer games back in the day. You know, 100 shareware games, and every time you'd get to the end of it, it'd be like, if you want the full version. You know, years later, I just want to just write those people and see what happens. Although some of my favorite, you know, games just to pass the time were, you know, shareware games some random person made. So I could definitely appreciate, you know, a game like this that was basically just completely made by 2 guys. You know, just kind of as a project. I could definitely appreciate the simplicity of it. And, you know, just definitely the ambition it takes to put out a product like this. I mean, it's simple by our standards, but back in 1990, you know, there weren't a lot of, well, this. It is a charming little game, I'm going to admit, even though I have no idea where they got the ideas for half the things. I mean, the first couple stages make sense. Oh, cats and dogs. Well, I don't know how they got that pairing. That's like snakes and snails. It's like, all right, so we're heading to the garden. It's, you know, it's I see the thing. Oh, I was so pissed off at that match right there, leaving that one snail, that misclick. I did that so many times playing this game, accidentally misclicking one space over to the side. Irritating. Now we have our introduction to the first, basically WTF things. We got some mouths with very, let's call them spacious gaps between teeth. Probably need to see a dentist there. And we have these rotating blue globs with faces. And this is kind of where it gets confusing, because we've been doing, you know, basically animals and living things, and all of a sudden it's like, here's a mouth and a goo head. It's like, alright, whatever you feel like, game. The interesting thing out, I did break my general rule, is just about everyone knows I don't look at, well, I generally don't look at other people's videos before I finish making mine. But after doing 2 runs at 30,000, I'm like, what am I doing wrong? So I had to go check out the other ones, and the thing was, it's like, after looking at other videos, it was like, nothing really. I mean, it seems to just be working on speed and combos, and one thing I have to kind of take away from having this being a score challenge is sometimes get luck of the draw. Like Fresno, now he had really good luck with these question mark things, which are basically bombs, destroy everything around him. I was like getting them lumped together in really good spots right off the bat. And some of the other videos, they were like really spaced out and never really had a chance to be utilized to their fullest. But I mean, that's the luck of the draw in a puzzle game. I mean, you can't control it. You take the good with the bad, and you know, you hope you luck out. Kind of like, you know, right here when, you know, you can make really good combos because the game can't make a combo for you. So if I need to put 4 books together and the game just happens to line up 10 books in a row, then all I gotta do is lay 1 book down or just click on one that's already there, and I get huge bonus points for the combo. And that's again, that's, you know, that's luck of the draw. That's, sometimes you get it, sometimes you gotta work for it more than others. You know, I know, like, this was probably my best performance on this particular stage in the 3 takes, just because I had a little bit better luck here. Oh, there's a kitty in my lap now. Oh, yeah, you bad little kitty. He was getting into trouble on my first take, sitting there trying to record it, and he's all rolling around, jumping in front of me. He almost got beat up. Isn't that right? That's right, you walk away. Oh, good cat, though, even if he is fat. Now this, sorry if that, I'm not even paying attention if that drinking sounds annoying. Just home from work a little while ago, got some food on the way home, so trying to relax while I mix my vids. This is definitely the best I did on this stage. I usually had it cluttered up. I only had 1 possible combo left, so it wasn't too bad. Now here's a great example. Having these question marks all clumped together in one spot, terrible. And this stage isn't really it's already hard enough to make good use of the question bombs in this stage as it is. I mean, as you can see, the only real place you have to use them is the center area. If you use them to the sides, you can only get two pieces maximum. If you're up at the top or bottom, you can get 3 maximum. So to get, you know, that maximum, you know, square area around this question mark bomb is definitely more so in other stages luck of the draw here. Now, fortunately, this time I got a little bit lucky with the elephants. In my previous 2 takes, that actually would have been my undoing in this particular stage, is I just couldn't get anything going with the fans, and I just kind of fell apart in this stage. This is kind of where it all started to unravel in the last 2 attempts. Like, my score right now is already better than in my last 2 attempts with the full 15 minutes. What are those globs supposed to be? And, you know, I try not to think too much about this, but, I mean, really, They kind of look like the jellies in Kirby's Avalanche / Dr. Robot's Mean Bean Machine / Puyo Puyo / any other puzzle game that's been copied millions and millions and millions and millions of times over. That's my assumption. They're the parents of the jellies. Alright, moving on. Now we have blue mouths in this stage, obviously hypothermic. Early examples of palette swapping outside of RPGs, I guess. This stage I never did well on. I mean, stuff's just everywhere. I mean, what are you going to do? Now, this stage this might be one of my favorite ones out of the group. I like the simplicity. It gives you lots of space to make horizontal combos. And a lot of them you only need 4 of, so just filling up the vertical rows will take care of your combo as well. Not too challenging to make use of the question bombs. I have, like, those things are clearly clocks. Those things in the bottom right, you know what? I could venture some guesses as to what they are. It kind of looks like a mouth opening and closing, but we already have a mouth with teeth. Most of my opinions on what those aren't very clean, so I can't imagine it's what I'm thinking, but I don't know, to me it's not very obvious. And if it is supposed to be mouths, then I'm very disappointed that they have, you know, 2 different models for the same damn thing. Now that I'm thinking about it, I wonder what the... Oh, apparently someone texted me. I wonder what was it 52 games for the other group? I saw a couple of them in the group, and aside from the collection looking completely broken. I wonder what the Fatty K's and Decoy's favorite games were. I haven't seen the whole list of games. Wonder how obvious it would be if I actually took the time to look. Now here's an annoying thing. I had no viable combo. Oh, a friend of mine just texted me to say she has a sudden urge to play Cold Step, to which I respond, fuck yes. If you've never played... I'm just off the beaten path. If you've never played Cold Sept or Cold Sept Saga for the PS2 or the 360... I suggest you do so. It's a damn good game. It's a combination of Magic the Gathering and Monopoly, except the cards are real, and yeah, it's awesome. Great game. This is we got to match up humans here. Now we got that requires 5. So obviously we have chances here for just outrageous combinations. I try to take advantage of that as much as I can. Especially since in this stage the only other objects are the question bombs and these new colored jelly faces. So this stage is, again, depending on how quick you are and how lucky you are getting some of the gaps filled in. Because sometimes you if you're paying like close attention, you can see that I'll like leave a gap just hoping that like a human head gets tossed in there instead of the jelly. So again, the computer can't complete its own combo. So if I take the gamble, leave a spot open, and it gets filled with the right thing, then it's all gold, and I have a ton of bonus points. At this stage, not so much. We got things you need to match 5 of. In the human heads, we got the jelly heads, we got the cats, we only need 3 cats. They limit our combo choices. We have very limited question bombs to work with. This stage is basically just a cluster right here. I mean, it's pretty much just going as fast as you can, trying to get stuff. It's just crazy. Like, there's a good combo with the heads, tons of bonus points on that. But it's basically just this stage is just getting the cats out of the way. It's not setting up combos. It's not looking for the next move. It's getting the cats the hell out of the way because they're so limited in what their point potential is worth. It's just getting them out of the way so you can get to the better stuff. Now, fortunately, since we have mostly humans to work with, it's not too horribly difficult, but it can be a process, that's for sure. At this point, I believe that's 15 minutes from when I started the first stage, so about 60k will top it off. Not the best score, but I read most people scored about in the 60s, so like I said, I didn't really think I could get another 10,000 out of this. I was pretty satisfied with this run. So no bonus points for being on the top, but I had a good time with it. I mean, can't be disappointed with having a good time. So I just let it go to finish to the stage. So, and that's our run. So thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you in week 4, whatever was waiting for us then. Thanks for watching, everyone.